until I took an arrow to the knee. 10 seconds later. All I said was until I took an arrow to the knee. But it was no fucking arrow to the fucking knee! I think he overdid it.
I think so too.
And you had to do it right before we started our vlog.
I can't help it. That it's instinctive when I hear something so.
All I said was until I took an arrow to the knee. It's no. Put that down. Put that down. All right, I can fix that. All right, all I need is a light leak transition.
Ah, my eyes! What happened?
That was a light leak transition.
I feel like I'm blind.
I wonder if that will come into play later on. No, don't worry. Just give it a second.
It's the second, and I still see black.
Oh come on! I know you can see it. Come on, we're dragging this out too long. Let's just get to the episode. I promise. Next time we'll do a Batman transition.
Okay.
Alright, episode 4 is called Not Lout. Episode 4 of season 4. Alright, okay.
How many fours can we make fours?
How many fours can a four force if a force 4 could force 4? Oh crap, the nuts are rubbing off on me.
Of course they are. But that's par for the course.
Par for Okay, I think. Okay, let's just get to talking about the episode before we get into a forceful 4.
All right.
Okay, this episode I'm kind of mixed about it because, well, it is essentially Race of Fireworm Island 2.0, and they don't really offer a lot of new things, only a couple.
Yeah,
but other than all, it just feels like a retread.
Essentially, to me, it was a Race of Fireworm Island mashed with Defiant One, and just put in a blender and just trying to make a new smoothie out of it.
Yeah, but at least it was able to stay relevant to the plot, which is, of course, fighting the dragon hunters, and actually, well, it's relevant to one of their weapons that they use against the riders.
Which is actually a pretty good point, because why not go for the source of all the misery?
Mm-hmm.
Now, these weapons are like the one weakness of the dragons,
except for the Gronkles.
But take out the production of that one, and what can they do?
Yeah, and so so half of this episode was pretty much a retread. The other half was pretty good writing, which is, I guess, why I'm so mixed about this. So essentially, Spite Lout pretty much abuses his son, mentally abuses his son and to tell him to just act like him and do things his way, and it makes everyone miserable.
Yeah.
And so, okay, Spite Lout, even though is pretty much is an asshole, this whole thing, at least his character is consistent. I mean, I mean, the first episode we see him is like, you must do better, boy, you're better than everyone else. And then in the next episode, he's not acting like, oh, you did your best. It's okay. That's bad character writing. He's consistent.
Yeah.
So I gotta commend him on that. And also David Tennant. Damn. The 10th Doctor and the new Scrooge McDuck in the DuckTales reboot is okay. We know that Tennant has range. He can be an awesome guy and an asshole.
Yes. He's an awesome asshole.
He's an asshole. An asshole, awesome hole.
I feel like my head's gonna get abused so many times this episode.
Yeah. But what was pretty good about it was just Snotlout's POV. It was one thing was the end was the second time was meaningful. The first one was hilarious. And I don't mean his dream sequence. I mean how he thinks that everyone is talking about him. It's Snotlout. And yes, the dream sequence is funny.
Yes. It's just like, I feel like it was taking inspiration from Big Man on Burke. I hate to say that.
So does that mean actually? So it took Big Man on Burke and actually made it tolerable, a little tolerable.
Yes, it did.
Probably because this is Snotlout. We wouldn't expect anything less from him. We expect him to act like that.
Yes,
not fish legs.
That is true. Like the head dreams and everything else. It's just amusing as all can be.
It really is.
And yes, I used to be a dragon rider
until I took an arrow to the knee.
That comes to mind. It's hard not to. You know, the key words to the setup punchline.
Yes. I used to be ...
until I ...
Yes. So, yeah, the first half is just kind of okay. It's good. It's good. It's bad. It's meh.
It's mediocre.
Yeah, but the second half, that's kind of where it got good because it is action packed. Actually, passing dialogue actually turned out to be plot relevant.
Yes, which is funny considering it's Snotlout.
Yeah. Yes.
No, he actually can listen.
So, yeah, and you know, the whole time I'm watching these episodes, I'm kind of wondering. I'm always thinking like Tyler's definitely gonna predict this. He predicted Between a Rock and a Hard Place. He must have already seen this coming a mile away. So did you see that?
Which part?
The dragon root.
Yeah.
You saw that? No, I don't mean but like the reveal that dragon root grows in the sun.
Oh, you mean you're talking about the trap?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You saw?
Yeah. I thought it was like, it's obvious.
Okay.
It's not, because it's like, rule of thumb, if it's easy, it's generally a trap.
Okay.
No, if you don't try to hide something that essentially, if it's not hidden well enough that you can see it, that a blind man can see it, and that takes talent, it's a trap.
Okay. What do I have to do to get onto your level? And please don't say watch anime.
No, be observant.
Okay, well, can I be observant by watching Scooby-Doo?
No, because all those episodes are mostly cop-outs.
Okay. Alright, so yeah, some of the animation, was good. This is something that that I noticed on my second viewing while I was taking notes for this, which actually makes this hilarious. There are times when they are on the new island where Lout built this storehouse, back from last season.
Turn and burn.
Yeah, turn and burn, where the background characters do not move in at all. They are just solid. They're frozen solid, like they got stung by speed stingers. By the way, hashtag give us the snap trapper. Let's try to make that try to do that for every video.
Okay.
But yeah, that is freaking hilarious, and it's hilarious because this is the 6th season of DreamWorks Dragons. This is the kind of animation error I would have expected from the first season.
Yeah.
I think I might actually go back to and rewatch the first 2 seasons to see if that happens.
Probably. I'm not gonna deny that.
Oh, and it actually gets better. There's actually one point where Lout's helmet actually jumps a bit. Yeah, it shifts. I'm not even... Okay, when I was watching this episode, when I was taking notes, I was not expected to just dart my eyes all across the screen just to find something, but I just stumbled across that, and it's just so freaking hilarious. and now I'm pretty sure because I pointed it out, you all are gonna look back on this episode and find them.
Oh, most definitely.
Mm-hmm. No. What has been seen cannot be unseen. You really should do an evil laugh once in a while. It really releases a lot of tension, and a lot of pent up emotions.
Oh, it does. I know this.
Mm-hmm.
But I do have to say, what did you think of this? The whole the revelation of Lout piecing together the whole thing that is a trap.
I actually thought that. Well, I thought the whole like little the dialogue that I thought was just throwaway dialogue was actually pretty brilliant. And I probably should, but I was along for the ride, so I didn't. I think there was an inkling in the back of my mind that those arrows are gonna come back to be relevant later on. But I deleted it from my mind because I just wanted to see Lout be Lout.
In my words, my opinion on this episode is, after the whole gang is given reasons of why to kick Lout or to ground him, the twins said it best. I'm just here for the drama.
That's right. Yeah, that pretty much sums up everything about. That pretty much sums up our whole take on this thing. We just want.
Me and him we're just here to see the suffering and the drama.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, granted, we saw the failed sneak attack. Now one thing I will praise the whole when Lout is in the middle of his breakdown mode in mid-mission, mind you. They see a ship. He charges full ahead. We skip forward.
Mm-hmm.
We skip forward to when they're getting back to the island.
Oh yeah.
And then we do the Ant-Man thing.
A recap.
We do a recap Ant-Man style.
Oh, that kind of thing.
So it's like, I was awesome, wasn't I? And you're like, no, you weren't. And we recap to like, you did this, you did this, you did this, you did this. You did everything wrong.
Yeah, it was kind of nice. Yeah, because then it would have been repetitive and redundant if they had shown them do that, and then they just recapped it later.
Yes, I was like, nice touch with the Ant-Man recap.
And then I can't remember if I touched on the idea that of how much his father affects him. Then that this is the idea I think this is the first time in the series where we see a glimpse inside of Lout's head. We see something from his point of view. and like when he is breaking down in this, I don't know, did I bring this up? This pretend mission, no, this practice mission,
No.
where he essentially he pretty much gets performance anxiety, and his dream comes back, and he hears his father's voice coming from Hook Fang. Now that was a good. You laugh at that, but I thought that was a good idea because, again, this is the first time we're seeing how much his father affected him from his point of view. We've always kind of been like third person or Hiccup's point of view. From Hiccup's point of view. And so seeing that his father pretty much affects him mentally, that's kind of what I like. But kind of going back to, I don't know if maybe this should have been shown like in earlier seasons and is just...
I just really feel like it belonged in like more or less last season. Or even a season before.
I kind of do feel that too.
Mostly the season with Riker as your big baddie.
Somewhere in season 2?
Yeah. Actually, it would have made more sense to have it in the Turn and Burn. After Turn and Burn. Probably, yeah.
Yeah, I can see it. That's kind of why I am mixed on it. Now, yeah, this is a pretty decent episode because it is plot relevant. And, you know, kind of getting a glimpse into more of Snout's character, but I do feel like maybe this should have been used for earlier seasons, especially with his perspective on how his father affects him.
Now, what's more interesting is his perspective on everyone else, what they think of him.
That was hilarious.
Yes, fucking hilarious. You know, Heather. What was Heather?
I secretly wanted to marry him. And all right, and then but to kind of tie it together, like maybe they're to bring some reasoning, whatever little there is to Lout. You know, when Dream Hiccup is saying, hoping you would be the leader of the Dragon Riders, and then when they're talking to each other, you know, Lout saying that I want to lead the Dragon Riders when you become chiefs. I was like, that explains it. What is Hiccup gonna? What will Hiccup do when he eventually becomes chief?
Yeah, he can't do both jobs.
Is he gonna oversee Burke and lead the Dragon Riders, or is he gonna have to? He's gonna have to pick someone. But you know, eventually, we kind of know it would fall to Astrid.
I would say it falls under Astrid's jurisdiction.
But I'm pretty sure she would just be the chiefess.
Yeah.
Yes, but yeah, this does bring up something more for the future, but again, more focused on Hiccup.
But let's see. Well, I really don't have other to add. Let's see. Unless we're gonna nitpick.
Oh, well, yeah. I think we had been nitpicking actually, but that actually did kind of remind me. This is the second time in the series where a deadly weapon has proven to be ineffective, and it has to be those huge, ballistas, ballistas. Those huge fucking arrows.
Huge ballistas. It's a huge bolt.
It's a huge bolt. I mean, it clearly hits Hook Fang. But it falls off, and it just knocks them off balance. Like, nope.
So what happened to season 2 when Stormfly got hit with an arrow?
Mm-hmm.
No,
or those were smaller arrows, and that was with Dragon Root. These are the big one. These are the big ones.
I know, but you think that those big ones are gonna hurt?
Not only hurt, but kind of, I don't know, kill the dragon?
Yeah. Now imagine that. No, unfortunately, they can't kill Hookbang, but
Oh, yeah.
just imagine a writer having to deal with the death of a dragon.
Yes.
No, that is a good topic to touch upon. Kids.
Yeah, which you should probably, DreamWorks, if you are listening, should probably bring up in the next 2 seasons.
Because, kid morality does exist.
Mhm.
And, pets, unfortunately, as with Old Yeller.
And don't just forget Old Yeller. How about Littlefoot's mom?
Yes.
Or Mufasa?
Yes.
Or, to the topic at hand, Stoic.
Mm-hmm. We're all born, we all go eventually.
Mm-hmm.
And do you have a topic granted, at the time, I wasn't thinking it was going to happen. Hookfang can't die because movie 2, hello.
Yes.
We can't just kill him off and have him resurrect him.
Mm-hmm.
But, I thought it could have been prominent of the whole, he thought he died.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, okay, other than that, so, Not Loud is, it's a passable episode.
It is.
I give it a C, if I was grading this.
I would give it a C too.
Okay. Alright, so, now with that out of the way, we'll see you next time.